In chapter 1700, Liberty warmly greets Mrs. Lewis as she enters the diner. The shop is not busy at this time, providing an opportunity for the two women to chat. Mrs. Lewis expresses her desire to invite Liberty to a nearby coffee shop for a quiet conversation. Liberty, appreciative of the presence of Mrs. Lewis, agrees to the invitation. She gives her two employees instructions to run the restaurant while she is out, making it clear that her goal is to evaluate the viability of the adjacent coffee shop. The coffee shop in question faces a downturn in business and is at risk of being sold. Liberty sees this as an opportunity to diversify her ventures and possibly expand her culinary empire. As she ventures into this potential business opportunity, the bond between her family and the Lewis family is evident, showcasing their willingness to support one another in various endeavors. At the coffee shop, Mrs. Lewis and Liberty share a cup of coffee. Mrs. Lewis's demeanor is noticeably different from her past elegant and composed self. She looks tired and haggard, having lost the luxurious air of a noble lady. Liberty expresses concern for the health of Mrs. Lewis and advises her to prioritize self care. Mrs. Lewis confides in Liberty about her immense guilt and regret regarding her son. She reveals her remorse for not having supported Duncan's feelings for her, ultimately leading to his current emotional and physical struggle. She acknowledges Liberty's acceptance and warmth towards Duncan and wishes she had adopted a more open minded approach like Tanya, Zachary's mother, who accepted serenity despite initial reservations. She deeply regrets her past actions, admitting that she had pushed Duncan to choose between her and Liberty, causing their strained relationship. She confesses that she wishes she could turn back time to support their relationship. Liberty listens emphatically to Mrs. Lewis's heartfelt confession. Mrs. Lewis firmly expresses her desire to let go of her concerns and regrets, as long as Duncan can regain his health and happiness. She acknowledges that Duncan's feelings for Liberty were sincere and that his harsh words in the hospital did not reflect his true sentiments. This chapter emphasizes the idea of introspection and reconciliation. It draws attention to the serious effects of pushing loved ones away and the significant influence that familial relationships have on individual choices. The open discussion that Mrs. Lewis had with Liberty illustrates the intricacies of family dynamics, as well as the possibility of development, comprehension, and forgiveness. The ending gives us optimism that Duncan and Mrs. Lewis will be able to patch things up in the future and that he will be able to recover both physically and mentally.